All right. First, I want to echo what Doug said and thank everyone who came this weekend, and especially Lo's parents. Today's been a beautiful day, and my parents yesterday for the rehearsal dinner. Everything went off great. It was beautiful. So thank you. For those of you that don't know, I'm PJ's younger brother, David. I'm 1 year, 1 month, and 29 days younger than PJ. When we were younger, we dressed and looked so much alike that I would say, and we're not twins, before somebody would even ask us. We were on all the same sports teams that were always coached by Doug and our dad. We were in the same Cub Scout troop, which was run by my parents, Pete and Joanne. And we did everything else, even if it wasn't in a group or a team setting, together. This theme continued through life to where I joined the same fraternity as PJ and our cousin Jeff at Purdue, Fiji's. There's a couple of them back there. And as you can imagine, we've done a lot together over the last 30 years. We've had our differences of opinion, we've had our arguments along the way, but we've also got to know one another on a level that many people don't get with somebody else on this earth. So it's been great. It's been crazy 30 years, but I really, really love every moment that we've had together. Over this time, I've come to realize two things about PJ that I admire the most: his passion and his fun-loving and carefree attitude. It's because of that easygoing attitude that PJ tends to try new things or innovate, as shown through his entrepreneurial endeavors, and the passion that he does them with is uncanny. I'm sure most of you know that. I make lists. I'm very task-oriented. PJ goes with the flow. I'm calculated. He's spontaneous. Inside right now, I'm like freaking out, and PJ just loves having all the attention on him. I'm the one who would ask for permission. PJ's the type that asks for forgiveness. There are things that he's done in his life where I'm like, man, that is awesome. I really wish I could do that. And then there's times I'm like, man, what are you doing? So to help you understand what I mean, I thought I would share some of those moments with you.
Okay.
One of the first examples of both his passion and his free spirit brings us back to about 2002, 2003, I think. My mom and I are on the side lawn of our home in Fishers, and all of a sudden we hear this horribly loud sound coming down the hill towards the house. And we see some like beat up late 80s, early 90s motorcycle or whatever. And then it comes up on the grass, straight towards us. And as it came to a stop, the driver took his helmet off, and PJ was smiling from ear to ear. Look what I got. I was in complete shock. I was like, what the? I hope you did not pay for that thing. PJ explains he had just bought it, and the first thing that my mom said was, get that out of here before your dad comes home. Now, this is the time that I learned from PJ, and I followed suit because a year later I came home with a Gatorade machine in my truck bed, and she said the exact same thing to me, but it's not about me, so let's not get into it. The following summer, and this was reiterated last night, so it makes me feel really well about putting this little bit in. PJ was on a new kick and one of the first in the food category. PJ had grown very fond of omelets. I'm not making this up, I can't make that up. Don't get me wrong though, it was great. That summer I worked at a sports complex in Fishers, and I would come home for lunch to the Emerald Lagasse of egg making. PJ was cooking up omelets, sharing the nutritional value, and expressing the optional ingredients that I could add. I had never seen someone cook eggs with such fervor. His favorite part was when he flipped it and it didn't spill anywhere. It's like, this is awesome, watch. I only got an hour, I need to eat. But I loved it, just not as much as he loved making the eggs. That passion eventually subsided, but it opened a whole new category of different diet fads for PJ. There was the rice period, the juicing period, the drinks, not the steroids. The time he was bringing various cheeses to all of our family get-togethers. Most recently, there's been Benefiber water. Very passionate about Benefiber. The wedding diet, consisting of 7.5 dozen eggs and spinach shakes, which he's made famous through Snapchat. Major key. PJ's also very well-traveled. This is something I'm very envious of PJ. In high school, he went to Spain. In college, we went to Australia together. He's been to Switzerland, China, the Caribbean, Mexico, and all over the United States by both plane and automobile, such as the time he kidnapped Lauren and drove her from Ohio to California without her parents knowing. It did work out, it did work out. Let's work out. These travels have led to some very unique living conditions for PJ. When he was at Purdue for his master's degree, he was living behind Harry's Chocolate Shop in a duplex with a slanted floor and a shower where the head stopped at his shoulders. In San Diego, he temporarily lived on somebody's roof. He lived out of his car for a short period of time. And in what would be his favorite place to live and my favorite place to visit, he and some friends rented out a beach house in Hermosa. It was picturesque. I mean, your ideal situation for the budding entrepreneur who was always on his laptop. Which leads us to our next category of interests, electronics. If you know PJ, you know this is his second favorite love, behind love, of course. But for a while, I was kind of nervous. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the movie, with the Joaquin Phoenix movie Her, where the main character falls in love with his newly purchased computer operating system that's designed to meet his every need, but we cannot confirm or deny that that is loosely based off of PJ's relationship with his Android phone. He loves that thing so much, he got my mom and I to switch over to the Android from the iPhone, and we have since switched back. There's also his mini helicopters, his MacBook, his new passion for photography, all things Tesla, and all the other little trinkets that he has that most of us don't even know exist. But I must say, it's nice to have somebody on your speed dial that's smarter than the Geek Squad in case you get some advice. His love for technology and innovation ultimately helped him find his way to California, where he was an entrepreneur, which means hang out on the beach and answer the occasional email. California helped uncover many more crazes for PJ, such as the TV show phase, where it seemed like for about a month, every week I was getting a call from my mom saying, hurry, turn it to such and such channel. PJ's on The Price is Right, or Jay Leno, or America's Funniest Home Videos, where either he and Lo or some of his friends were sitting front and center of the audience. That California lifestyle also got him into various outdoor activities. There was volleyball, kite surfing, kayaking, longboarding, cycling, where he joined a race but was politely asked to exit due to safety concerns from the other racers. More recently, in his trips to San Diego for his new job, he's discovered yoga and rock climbing. And of course, there's sailing, which he and Lo love to do to this day. Which gets us to the one constant but very passionate love that PJ has, Lauren. Lo, you look beautiful today. We're very excited to be adding another member to our family. I can remember when you and PJ first met, I got one of my infamous phone calls at 2:45 in the morning from PJ telling me all about you. I mean, honestly, who would have thought that just tiny little Lo would have been the one to pacify PJ? We thank you. But what a crazy journey it's been, guys. Is everyone familiar with their story? Does everyone know about their story?
Go on.
Okay, I'll tell it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So this is a story all about how PJ's life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how he became Lo's Prince for the rest of her years. In Columbus, Ohio, there to start a biz at the bars where he would go to meet new kids, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, boxing at the gym outside of the school. When he met a young girl who was looking real good, but he wanted to make syringes in another neighborhood. They got in an SUV and her parents got scared, but she said, we're moving to a beach house just west of Bel-Air. He skated in the sand with her day after day. But she packed up her suitcase and went back to graduate. She gave him a kiss and then he gave her a ticket, flipped open his MacBook. I might as well kick it. Okay, yo, this is bad, he said while riding his bike up and down Hermosa Strand. Is this what the people of LA living like? This might be all right. But wait, I miss my girl, Midwest and all of that. Is this where I should live or should I go back? She's my princess and she needs a crown. That's when they decided to move to Chi-Town. It was packed to the top. They had made it to Chicago. It was their last stop. They still lived by the water, sails in the wind. They had the best of both worlds, they knew as they grinned. They went for a dinner, and when it came near, PJ was a bit nervous, so he had a quick beer. As they crossed over the bridge, PJ got on one knee, and he said to his girl, "YOLO, marry me?" They pulled up to the wedding about 1 or 2, and they said to each other, "Yo, baby, I do." PJ looked at his kingdom, he was finally there, and now he's got his queen for the rest of his years. So please raise your glasses and let's give them a cheer. All right, let's party.
We can do whatever we want. Let's drink and do whatever we want.
Wow.